Huh, me?
Chris asked back, staring at the two who were looking intently at him.
What do you mean? What is the person planning to do to me?
Suddenly being told that he might be the target left Chris bewildered.
Either someone tried to tear apart the relationship between me and someone else, or they were trying to recruit me into their group. Who would try to do such a thing, and for what reason? Did I do something to make someone resent me?
As Chris was lost in thought, his eyes suddenly met Sana's. At that moment, Chris remembered Sakamoto Senpai again. Sakamoto Senpai mistakenly thinks that Chris and Sana are dating. Therefore, he might have tried to use a demon to tear them apart. Thinking about it that way, it makes sense.
Could the two boys who were in the storage room yesterday really have been Sakamoto Senpai and his friend? No, it must be them for sure. Sakamoto Senpai?
As if she had read Chris's thoughts, Sana asked. Chris nodded back while looking into Sana's eyes.
Yeah, that's the only way to think about it. And if you think about it that way, everything makes sense.
Chris talked about Sakamoto Senpai to Yuri, who tilted her head in confusion. The fact that he confessed to Sana and got rejected. He mistakenly thinks Sana and Chris are going out. How he and his buddies tried to lure Chris out and beat him up, only for it to end with the two of them getting hurt instead. All of it. Upon hearing that story, Yuri tilted her head in confusion.
Certainly, Sakamoto Senpai might hold a grudge against you, Chris. But from what I've heard, I can't believe that he has the ability to summon Sarlana.
Oh, really?
Chris, who was convinced it was definitely Sakamoto Senpai, felt a bit deflated.
Yeah, you know, Sarlana is a high-ranking demon. If he were a powerful enough sorcerer to summon it, he could easily manipulate Sana into liking him from the start. And even if he resorted to violence, I don't think he'd act on impulse without any preparation.
I see, so, the two who were there yesterday might not be Sakamoto Senpai and his friend, right?
I can't say for sure. It's possible they aligned their interests by holding a grudge against you, and helped the sorcerer. But the fact that they left the scene means neither of them should be a sorcerer. Whether they are Sakamoto Senpai and his friends or not.
If the sorcerer is not there, he or she can't control the demon.
Once you give Sarlana instructions, I think you can control it remotely. But if they left midway, they should have been controlling it from the start remotely.
I see. Chris nodded, and Sana interjected.
But the demon Sarlana can control more than one person, right?
Yeah, it depends on the sorcerer's ability and what they offered during the summoning. But it's possible to control multiple humans. Actually, both you and I were being controlled. Also, that female teacher seems to have had her memory erased by Sarlana.
If that's the case, isn't it possible that the two who escaped were also being manipulated by Sarlana? If so, could we consider that they might be completely unrelated to Chris?
I don't think that's the case.
Yuri firmly denied it.
If they were able to break free from Sarlana's control halfway through, then they shouldn't have been susceptible to being controlled in the first place. So I think it's reasonable to assume that those two weren't being controlled, but were acting on their own will and cooperating with the sorcerer.
I see,
Sana said, nodding as if convinced.
By the way, even though Ms. Tagawa's memories were erased, why do you think mine weren't?
Chris asked a question that suddenly came to mind. In response, Yuri also tilted her head and said, "That's true. Why is that?"
Was there something that couldn't be erased, or?
Yuri fell silent, putting a hand to her chin. It seemed to be Yuri's habit to do that whenever she was deep in thought.
At what point did you say the two of them ran away?
Yuri looked up and asked a question. Chris, when asked, looked up into the air as if trying to remember.
Well, first, when the demon appeared, Bibi started barking. Bibi is the dog I was with yesterday. Hearing Beeb's barking, the two of them headed towards the door. At that moment, I don't think they showed any signs of wanting to escape yet. Then, suddenly, you pointed a dagger that looked like a cross at the demon. And the demon paused for a moment, but then quickly moved again and blew you away. Yeah, that's right. Seeing that, the two of them seemed to get scared and hurriedly ran away.
Hearing that explanation, Yuri frowned.
Wait, was I trying to seal Armini away?
Huh? Didn't I mention that?
No, I only heard that I were blown away by the demon.
Oh, was that so? Well, I don't know if you were trying to seal it away, but when the demon appeared, you were pointing the cross at it. Then, some kind of purple current wrapped around the demon, and for a moment, the demon's movement stopped.
Yuri said, I see, and looked down.
I wonder why, after going through the trouble of summoning, I would try to do something like that.
That's not your intention, right?
Of course not.
Yuri shook her head.
But even though I was able to summon Armini, I didn't have the ability to seal it, so I failed.
Yuri muttered to herself, lost in thought again. Chris turned to look back at the school building. The large clock hanging on the school building's wall indicated 3:05.